Have you ever wondered if put in the right conditions, you would abandon your humanity just to survive? Season 3 of Squid Game just dropped, and as you dive into the episodes, you might find yourself faltering alongside the characters and wondering, why don't they just give up or give in? What's the point? In this episode, we're exploring the brilliance and the brutal honesty of Squid Game's message about survival, morality, and what it means to stay human in a system that's rigged against us. Let's dive in. When is the last time you remember a show resonating so deeply with so many people? Season 3 of Squid Game continues to wrestle with very complex and painful truths. It doesn't flinch away from the ugliness of people who are forced to choose between survival and compassion, who then have to face the consequences of their decisions or flee from them, and to who they were becomes swallowed by regret and desperation. The thing is, the show isn't just fiction. It holds a mirror to our own world where economic inequalities pit us against each other in often subtler but eerily similar ways, no matter how hard we try to escape. In this way, Squid Game forces us to ask, is it better to fight for our values or do what it takes to survive? What unfolds is an honest exploration of how group pressure and the constant calculation of perceived gains and losses sways our decisions, and of how being born into a brutal system such as this blinds us to its false pretenses of fairness and democracy. The show depicts how, when pushed to the edge, even the most innocent among us can justify betrayal. It's a brutal commentary on systems that prioritize profits over people, and how quickly our social mass can disintegrate in these systems. As a psychologist, my first instinct was to label the character's behavior as pathological, as antisocial, being indicative of codependency or perhaps a hero complex. But in that context, is it character pathology or adaptation? Is it right to judge people trying to survive? In this way, the show challenges us to understand behavior in context, rather than simply labeling from our own perspective. And this is actually a healthy psychological practice that can help us understand each other in the real world and even ourselves. One of the most fascinating things we get to watch in this season is the ongoing character arc of our main protagonist, Song Gi-Hun. After winning in season 1, in season 2, Gi-Hun re-enters the contest in order to end it. But in this season, we get to watch this character wrestle with grief as more lives are lost and finding purpose. Yet in the end, he manages to embody powerful principles of psychological flexibility, honor, and holding on to his highest values. Gion shows us that by allowing painful emotions and memories in, rather than numbing himself against them with comforts and distractions, he actually creates space for hope and forward movement. Remember Sebyuk's final message? It's that refusal to run from pain that allows Gi-Hun to hold onto that memory and that message and his humanity when it matters most. Now, in contrast to Gi-Hun, he is outnumbered vastly. So when the front man asks towards the end, do you still have faith in humanity? He has countless examples of participants discarding their values. But for those who know the pain of moral injury, or the psychological wound caused when we allow our core beliefs about what's right to be violated, we can identify that this question is a projection, a psychological defense meant to protect him from his own guilt. Painting this contrast, I believe, is the heart of Squid Game's message, and it is more important than it's ever been. In a world increasingly driven by distraction, desperation, and disconnection, remembering what matters most, our values, our commitment to one another, our compassion, can mean the difference between surviving and truly living. Many of us out there are actually living nowadays with moral injury, or even what is called post-traumatic embitterment disorder. Post-traumatic embitterment disorder, or PTED, is triggered by exposure to a deeply unjust event and is characterized by persistent bitterness, hostility, and helplessness. And research shows it's becoming more common, not just among soldiers, but among everyday civilians. So let us all heed the message of Squid Game's Season 3. Sometimes when you can't change the system, the only thing that you can change is yourself. We're not horses. We are complex, and humans are capable of choosing compassion even in a broken system. If you found value in this video, please let me know in the comments. Do you think it's possible to hold on to your humanity even when everything around you is falling apart? I am Dr. Charles. As always, stay safe out there, take care of each other, and we'll see you with the next check-in.